Losing time, I'm fading fast. I just wanna make it last. Try to let go of the past. I close my eyes, embrace the blast. Sleepless nights and headaches stack. Restlessness to hell and back. What's my purpose? What do I grab? A slippery surface, a heart attack. And sometimes you just gotta believe there's something that'll give you relief. There's something that'll have what you need, what you need. We're broken, it's tragic, we're not all elastic, but maybe there's magic, believe you could have it. And I know of sadness, the anxious and panic, the infinite vastness of all that is blackness.
Hey guys, how you going? Did you miss me? Yep, John Paul said, missed you, Hev. Check it past. Said, I know there's a lot of information to talk about. Definitely. David, how you going? I've missed you streaming. Do hope you are good and well there, my anti-Padean friend. I hope I said that right. Oil protesting zombies, Russ Brand, Maui, mass male immigration and Liverpool FC all need talking about. And more. Deb, how you going? Cynthia, how you going? Kai, how you going? Who else have we got in here? Alex, how you going? Who else have we got? Dana, how you going? Faith, how you going? Rails, how you going? Dana, I said Dana, I think. Deb Jones, how you going? David, how you going? Carl, how you going? Who else have we got? Simone, how you going? Dee Lee, how you going? I got your email, Dee Lee. Sorry I didn't respond, I seen that. Nisi, how you going? Stu, how you going? MJ, how you going? Who else have we got in here? Fred loves Donna. Donna loves Fred. Joku Grant, how you going? Sheila, how you going? Okay, there is a lot going on. Okay, since I've been gone, let's get into it, I suppose. There's a lot. Oh my goodness. Libs of TikTok said teacher in Ottawa advertises for homeschooling. Where did the rest of my bookmarks go? Just give me a second here. There you go. Teresa, Pepe Down Under, said whilst we've been paying $20 for cheese and boosting Woolworth, you know, Woolworths, Woolies we call them, profit margin by $12 billion, Woolworths Australia's been spending those profits on installing these seemingly harmless spy devices throughout their stores. Social credit preparations are in full swing. Okay, she's got the snake bites going on. Let's have a look.
So I'm just at Stocklands in Wetherill Park, and I came here a few weeks ago and they were setting this up and spoke to the technician that was doing it, and now I'm seeing them everywhere. I thought you guys might like to see too. See that? It's a camera. They're everywhere. They reckon that these cameras have been installed so that they can see what stock is and is not on the shelf. But they're all at head height. There's more over in the ye-old fruit section as well, all at the height of which you would need to reach for. Apparently they're to see if stock is available. Or these ones that look directly down onto you, into your trolley. But apparently it's about stock prevention, stock rotation and not theft prevention. Even though they have this entire alley of security cameras. There's a couple more, top of the... It's crazy.
No way!
Spanian posted a video recently of a similar thing happening in Kmart where they have a little robot going around and apparently its job is to do the same thing, say what stock is and isn't on the shelves so it can be replenished. What are workers for? Right. But we have eyeballs. Right. Not to mention their little overhead camera system for your trolleys. Say hello. And the one on the register itself. Hi! But please, scream poor after make 1.6 billion in profit and crying about theft. At the end of the day, it's just more bullshitting because, you know, they have an entire stock system that tells you when things have been purchased and need to be replenished. So, I mean, they're literally in your personal space at this rate with those cameras. Like, it's a joke. Come on.
I agree. Honestly, they do have computerized systems that know when the stock is running low, but they do have like people walking up and down the aisle, like workers, so they can figure out when stock is getting low. I'd say another boycott. Oh, wow. Okay, let's light that one. Go back. So, yeah, Australia's going full tyrannical. I don't know. Full authoritarian, full control, everything. Oh, shit, nearly knock everything off the desk. Sorry, I said the wrong word then. Stu Peters said, imagine going to someone's country and telling them their freedom of speech is a weapon of fascism. That's what Jacinda Ardern just did. Remember the New Zealand Prime Minister? We're going to go all over the world. We're going to Canada today, the US, Australia, the UK, everywhere, okay? That's what Jacinda Ardern just did. Someone kick this horseface loser off our island. Oh my goodness, let's have a listen to Horseface.
This week we launched an initiative alongside companies and non-profits to help improve research and understanding of how a person's online experiences are curated by automated processes. This will also be important in understanding more about mis- and disinformation online, a challenge that we must, as leaders, address. Sadly, I think it's easy to dismiss this problem as one in the margins. I can certainly understand the desire to leave it to someone else. As leaders, we're rightly concerned that even the most light-touch approaches to disinformation could be misinterpreted as being hostile to...
Sorry, I can't even concentrate on what she's saying because all I hear is blah, blah, blah at this point. But where is she talking? Is India here? Kiribati something? Where is she talking? Oh, what's going on?
Values of free speech that we value so highly. But while I cannot tell you today what the answer is to this challenge, I can say with complete certainty that we cannot ignore it. To do so poses an equal threat to the norms we all value.
To their lifestyles, mind you. That's what it poses a threat to these people's lifestyle.
After all, how do you successfully end a war? If people are led to believe the reason for its existence is not only legal but noble? How do you tackle climate change if people do not believe it exists?
It doesn't. I mean, it does. The climate always changes. That's just how it is. How did we go through ice ages before? And what happens when you come out of an ice age? It warms up. But they're using that to, you know, because most humans well, we don't know about history a lot. A lot of people don't. Not only that, look, there's already laws against illegal speech, which is things that, like, if you threaten to harm someone, there's already things like that. So she's just trying to get everyone who does not agree with the WEF to shut the hell up.
How do you ensure the human rights of others are upheld when they are subjected to hateful and dangerous rhetoric and ideology?
For God's sake, can anyone else stand listening to this? I can't. I can't stand her. I can't even stand listening to her. Oh, anyway, she's just going on. Oh, what happened there? It must have updated again. I don't know. Oh, notifications. Okay, sorry, I've jumped out of bookmarks somehow. Oh, what is going on? Okay, I don't want to listen to her anymore. I can't stand her. Oh, no. But we know she's talking about, well, she's obviously got a job somewhere else where she's an influencer for the elite. That's what this is like. They're influencers. I mean, therefore I am, said, these are the teens who deliberately struck and killed a retired cop in Andreas Probst for fun. Jesus Alaya, 17, and Zamir Keys, 16, both set to be charged as adults with murder. What their punishment should be. By the way, apparently now this is white. This person here, apparently. I'll show you later on. Marie Oakes said, President of the Canadian Union of Public Employees, CUPE of Ontario, Fred Hahn, says he and the union stand in support of Antifa. And he speaks just like you, he looks. Like the way you think he would. Just give me a sec when I can... What is going on here? Twitter, what's going on? I restarted my computer and everything. So what is going on here? Not good.
Yeah, thanks so much. Thanks so much.
Fred, does QP stand shoulder to shoulder with Antifa?
It's weird when people ask me about Antifa because, like, do you think we're pro-fascist? That's weird. Okay, we're done now.
So you do. So you do stand shoulder to shoulder with Antifa.
Well, would you expect us to be pro-fascist? Are you pro-fascist? Are you pro-fascist?
No. Antifa is
They're anti-fascist.
a militant
you're
organization.
You're either pro-fascist or you're anti-fascist.
So QP stands shoulder to shoulder with Antifa then. Do I have that right?
I know. Have precedence over parents for decision making of kids?
Thanks for letting me know.
Should unions and teachers be able to make decisions for kids? Or should their parents...
Yeah, thanks so much. Thanks so much.
So he stands with Antifa. And he's going, are you pro-fascist or anti-fascist? Look, Antifa have called themselves the opposite of what they actually are, mate. So you're the pro-fascists, I'm sorry to tell ya. Sophia Dahl said MSM is finally reporting the real agenda, a little tiny bit. This is Agenda 2030. No meat, no dairy and 3 outfits a year. Welcome to Sadiq Khan's plan for London. No meat, no dairy and 3 outfits a year. You ready for that one, UK? C40, a global group of city mayors chaired by Sadiq Khan, has a radical vision of net zero that critics say will restrict personal choice. Don't worry, they're doing it here too. Not the same exact thing, but that won't be long. But they're doing like you've seen with all the cameras in the supermarkets now. Lovely. Don't buy anything embarrassing. Chuck Costello said, breaking report, Poland's PM said the country is no longer arming Ukraine. Polish Prime Minister Matus, okay, I'm just going to say Matus, was asked Wednesday if his country would continue to back Kiev despite this dispute. We are no longer transferring weapons to Ukraine because we are now arming Poland with more modern weapons, he said. Because little Zelensky has been around asking for more money again. Yeah. Joey Manorino said this is how John Fetterman showed up to preside over the Senate yesterday. Imagine a doctor showing up to care for their patients like this. Imagine a lawyer showing up to defend you in court like this. Imagine a pilot flying a plane like this. Imagine anyone else doing this. Imagine, anyone else doing this. Disgusting. Well, honestly, when you're in Parliament of any kind, Congress, Parliament, you should be dressed in a suit. That's, I don't know, at least dressed up, men in suits, women in either suits or dresses, but you need to look, I think, you need to look the part. This doesn't give me much confidence at all. This looks like one of my ex-boyfriends, except he had hair. I don't know. And a big beard as well. Awakened Outlaw said everyone understands that these are legit witches, right? And I'm not talking about the milquetoast Wiccan version that has penchant for candles, sage, tarot cards and unshaven legs. I'm talking about the real deal. If you weren't aware, Madonna, Beyonce and Lady Gaga represent 3 more of them. Now ask yourself why so many in the entertainment industry are in this club and best friends forever with the witches to the stars, Marina Abramovic. There's more about her. Someone has asked... Zelensky, I think, has asked Marina Abramovic to represent Ukraine. James Wood says they're so desperate to keep their filthy hands at the helm of power, they will literally haul illegal votes in by train. This is what they are doing. See all the people? Are they sitting on top of coal or something? Wow. Yep, just bring them in by train. Shameful. Shame, shame, shame. We have it here too, and in the UK, and Canada probably, and New Zealand, I believe. Proud Army Brat said Texas GOP rep Michael McCall, who oversees the US Foreign Affairs, said today he will ensure Alinsky gets more aid funding for the war, to include cash, F-16s and long-range missiles. Great. We need to give them everything they need, and if the administration won't give it to them, then I submitted that we write it in our appropriations bill, all the weapons that Zelensky asks for. Call this warmonger and tell him no on 202-225-2401. If anyone feels like ringing, here it is here. Okay, ring this guy and tell him no. No, mate, no. No, mate, no, mate, no. General Mike Flynn said, hate to keep saying this, but it's really for those DEMs that still believe, or Dems, sorry, that still believe in and love America, not those who are hardcore progressive liberals. This is what Biden meant when he said, Build Back Better. I want everyone to realise what's fundamentally changing America means. Oh, isn't that right, Barack Obama? Close the border now. James Wood said, close the border for God's sake. Where are the women and children? Show me women and children. Anyone? Anyone? These are all... there's a woman and a child. I see. There's 2, 3. I see 3, 4. 4. But there's no... Oh, yeah, there's... Oh, is that a lady? Yep. There's a lady. Shaking her head. They're all getting pushed and shoved. What is going on? But I don't know if you've noticed, most of them are fighting age young men. Inversionism said statins are a complete and total failure, which I've been looking after my mum for the last 10, 11, 12 days. And she's on this. They're also extremely toxic and destroy all people. Cognitive impairment, memory loss, neuropathies, cancer and countless other side effects are caused by statins, which works great for the pharmaceutical industry and medical system because it ensures you're a repeat customer and come back for more pills to take. RT said we've spent $1 trillion on statins to lower cholesterol, yet cardiovascular deaths have gone up. It's achieved nothing. Probably because it has nothing to do with... Actually, all the seed oils that people eat are worse for you than beef fat. If you cook in beef fat or lard, it's much better for you and it tastes much better. Your chips taste amazing cooked in lard compared to the vegetable seed oils. Meathead says statins might increase the risk of coronary artery calcification and heart failure. Many people take statins to lower their cholesterol, thinking it'll help their heart. However, some research suggests statins might be causing heart problems instead of preventing them. Allegedly, apparently, okay, I'm not a medical professional. Please go see your doctor if you can find a good one. If you can't find a good one, keep trying. Statins reduce cholesterol by inhibiting the enzyme HMG-CoA reductase in the mevalonate pathway. This is essential not just for cholesterol synthesis, but also for producing CoQ10, Hem A, vitamin K2, and influencing some selenium-containing proteins. CoQ10 and Hem A, these molecules play vital roles in cellular energy production in the mitochondria, especially in the heart and blood vessels. Inhibiting CoQ10 and Hem A could weaken the muscle function in the heart and blood vessels because of decreased mitochondrial energy production. K2, reducing vitamin K2 synthesis may increase coronary artery calcification, as K2 helps protect arteries from calcifying. Selenium-containing proteins. Inhibiting the production of selenium-containing proteins might result in elevated oxidative stress and increase the risk of congestive heart failure. Notably, a specific heart issue linked with selenium deficiency resembles problems that might emerge from statins. We're about to find out that a lot of the things we think are wrong. Some of us already know most of it, but I think even I will be surprised at how much we don't know. Just Ed, said Tom Rogers, says voice referendum result could take weeks. Australia's leading news site, watch out for 2 a.m. postal vote deliveries. Yes, all yes ballots, the fix is on. This clown runs Australia, I can't believe it. Never thought I'd see Australia fall so hard. Oh, by the way, I didn't have to do anything to the person across the road had a yes sign, vote yes, in their yard, which got blown away by the wind. And now no idea where it is. Seriously, I haven't touched it. I haven't needed to. Karma did it. How's that? I say Toad, said talk shit, get spit. Oh, there were. Oh, my chair's squeaky. Good excuse, isn't it? No, really, it is. This lady, who's a university professor, spat in someone's face because they were going to vote no. Okay, I've got the video, so. Talk shit, get spit. Nice guy and so-called comedian Adam Hills endorses spitting in people's faces. One thing about this referendum, it's really helped us to see the true face of our compassionate left. Here in Australia, it's just insane. And Daisy May said American rapper MC Hammer urges Australians to vote yes. Piss off, mate. And weighs in on treaty. Hammer has spent time reading articles, probably mainstream, and getting up to speed about October the 14th referendum. And wants his Australian fans to support a yes vote. Does anyone remember from the board, they think you'll follow the stars? No thanks, mate. Can't touch this. Simon Atiba. Sorry, I'm in a weird mood this morning. I've been dealing with a dementia patient for 2 weeks, 10 days to 2 weeks, I don't know. I think I've got a bit of it as well. Breaking, with opposition in Congress, Biden issues memorandum granting new powers to the Secretary of State. Pardon me, 1 second. To provide $128 million in assistance to Ukraine without regard to any provision of law within the purview of Section 614A1 of the Foreign Assistance Act of 1961. Memorandum for the Secretary of State, subject delegation of authority under Section 614A1 and Section 506A1 of the Foreign Assistance Act of 1961, by the authority vested in me as President by the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, including Section 621 of the Foreign Assistance Act of 1961, FAA, I hereby delegate to the Secretary of State the authority under Section 614A1 of the FAA to determine whether it's important to the security interest of the United States to furnish approximately $128 million in assistance to Ukraine without regard to any provision of law within the purview of Section 614A1 of the FAA, and 2, the authority under Section 506A1 of the FAA to direct the drawdown of approximately $128 million in defence articles and services of the Department of Defence and Military Education and Training to provide assistance to Ukraine and to make the determinations required under such section to direct such a drawdown. You are authorised and directed to publish this memorandum in the Federal Register, Joseph R. Biden, Jr. Here's the explanation. Thank God, because I don't know if I actually took that in. Simple terms, this memorandum is a written order from the President of the United States, Joseph Biden, to the Secretary of State. It grants two specific powers to the Secretary of State regarding providing assistance to Ukraine. The first power allows the Secretary of State to decide whether it's necessary for the security interests of the United States to give approximately $128 million in assistance to Ukraine. This decision can be made without being restricted by certain laws that might otherwise apply. Oh, so they found a little loophole, did they? Found their way around it. Just need a sip of tea, guys. The second power gives the Secretary of State the authority to access and use approximately $128 million worth of defence equipment, services and military training from the Department of Defence to provide assistance to the Ukraine. By the way, they've already lost. So this is like, why are they doing this? Other than pocketing, like it's getting paid back to them and they're pocketing it. This authority also allows the Secretary of State to make necessary decisions related to this issue. Additionally, the memorandum instructs the Secretary of State to publish this order in the Federal Register, which is a public government record of official actions and regulations. In summary, it's a formal document giving the Secretary of State the ability to provide aid to Ukraine and manage related matters, as specified with certain legal flexibility. Wow. I kind of thought that was the gist of it, but yeah, I wasn't taking the first part in when I was reading it. Clown World said, interesting, here we are again, Marina Abramovic. Zelensky asked Marina Abramovic to be ambassador for Ukraine. What could possibly go wrong? This lady's 70-something years old too. Wonder how she stays looking. She's aging a little now, but she still looks good for her age. He, she, I don't know anymore. Do you? Tara Bull said top 10 headlines the media didn't tell you this week. Repost and follow for more. 10. House Financial Services Committee banned the Federal Reserve from creating a central bank digital currency. Did you know that? Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson secretly signs a $26 million contract to build camps for illegal migrants. YouTube barred Russell Brand based on unfounded media allegations and the UK government requests. Rumble refused to demonetise him. Moderna and Pfizer stocks plummet as demand for the jabs drops significantly. So they're trying to push that again too, I've noticed, here in Australia and the US, I think. They are trying to get people to take it again. They're making some, I think it was Boston Medical Hospital. I'll find out, I'm sure I've bookmarked it here somewhere, but they're now requiring their hospital staff to get jabbed again. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to run as independent if the DNC keeps rigging the primary vote in favour of Biden, allegedly. 5. Former Secretary of State says that over 800,000 ballot applicants were sent to non-qualified voters in Michigan in 2020, allegedly. Texas Governor Greg Abbott officially declared an invasion at the border due to Biden's policies, deploys the Texas National Guard. Media downplays blatant murder of a retired police officer who was mowed down in Las Vegas, calling it a bike accident. Elon Musk is suing the US government after Biden demands SpaceX hire refugees and asylees which violate the Constitution. Former Pfizer VP Mike Yeadon says the thing that everyone got were designed to injure and kill. The jabs. Bonus, Biden Department of Defence exempts all Ukraine funding from being impacted by looming government shutdown, so there could be a shutdown on the way. If you appreciate this top 10 recap, remember to repost and follow me for another week in Clown World. It's another week in Clown World. Colin Rugg said, just in, Democrat Senator Bob Mendez allegedly accepted bribes in the form of gold bars and is now under investigation by federal prosecutors. This would be a great time for Bob Mendez to change his last name to Biden. The gold bars, which were valued at a whopping $400,000, were allegedly given to him by a developer named Fred Dibes, I got no idea. He was facing federal bank charges and allegedly bribed Mendez to help him out. I can't say his name, but whoever he is, who was facing over 10 years, ended up only serving probation after coming to an agreement with the US Attorney's Office in New Jersey. Second federal investigation he's been under. Huh. Probably skate on by. Yes, the judges are in favour of all this. Or the judges they use are. Fair Australia, powered by Advance. The No campaign, which has not organised the rally, said it had received numerous pieces of feedback that seem to indicate that left-wing activists will seek to use the events planned for this weekend as false flag opportunities. That's what they do. Why would you think otherwise? Still go and point them out. Videotape everything if you go. I didn't even know this was on. When is it on? Indigenous voice to Parliament. No Camp warns of left-wing hijack. The No Camp has warned left-wing extremists could hijack anti-voice rallies across the country to run false flag. Okay. Be on the lookout if you're going anywhere near there. Any of them. I don't even know where they were on. Pauline Hanson said Qantas. Pauline Hanson's please explain. We're going to have another look at this new cartoon now. Sometimes in politics you're flying high, but you should never get too comfortable because something can always bring you crashing back down to the ground like the voice. I believe it's crashing. Anthony Albanese might have thought his cosy relationship with Qantas had only upsides and no downsides, but there's no such thing as a free lunch. What's the catch? You'll have to tune into this week's episode to find out, so let's have a look.
We're flying through a bit of turbulence here, boss. We've been jobbed into the ACCC for selling tickets for flights we knew were going to be cancelled. We're going to be fined hundreds of millions of dollars.
And we're about to lose this High Court decision, so everyone's going to know we illegally sacked 1,700 staff.
And even though we publicly begged for money all throughout COVID, we're about to post a $2.5 billion profit for the year. We're in big trouble, Mr. Joyce. What are we going to do?
Alan?
We'll be fine, as long as I've got me Lucky Charms! Diddly-dee! Yeah, I don't know if that's going to cut it this time, Alan. Look, why don't we just pay what we owe? Do better for our customers, you know, be better corporate citizens and restore this great brand to what it once used to be.
Yeah, you're right, screw that guy. But what are we going to do? Well, why don't we have a wee little chat with our most frequent flyer? Come on, Nathan, my son. Come and see where Dad does his best work, the airport. Oh, Dad, but can't we just hitch a ride with Richard Marles in the military private plane?
Out of me way, boys. I'm going the Goldie.
This place is disgusting. I don't want to be around these commoners. Nah, don't worry about that, Nathan. Your old man's pulled a few strings and got you into the Chairman's Lounge. What's the Chairman's Lounge? Just Australia's most exclusive club. The only way in is by invitation by the chairman himself, who just happens to be one of my bestest friends. Come on, Nathan, let's go and see inside. Welcome to the Chairman's Lounge. Wow, this is sick!
Taxpayer money, sir.
Nathan, please! We have taxpayer money at home. Now come on, let me show you around. Only the elites are allowed in here, like all the Australian politicians. Oh, look! There's Pocock and Jordan Steelejohn and Lammy. Dad, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. Anything goes to the Chairman's Lounge. Look, there's PricewaterhouseCoopers. What's going on, fellas? You know, the usual. Just a bit of light treason. Hey, kid, want an internship? Nathan, please, we have PwC internships at home. Oh, Dad, what's that? Well, that's the best thing about the Chairman's Lounge. This is where you get to look down on the commoners. You can laugh at them, you can spit on them, or you can do this. Random bomb screening.
Get on the f***ing ground!
Oh, what's this do?
Qantas flight to the Goldie is now delayed. Sorry, not sorry.
Oh, Daddy, I don't ever want to leave. Can I have a membership, please? That could be arranged, my boy. Well, if it isn't my best friend, Alan Joyce. Hello, Anthony. Please, gentlemen, take a seat. Daddy, Are you sure this is okay? The stewardesses are doing fine, young man. They're on minimum wage. Yeah, they're on $49,000 a year, Nathan. Come on, pull up a stewardess. So, Joycey, any chance we could give Nathan here a membership? Oh, I'd do anything for you, Anthony. But you know, things are pretty tight here at the moment, you know, financially. I think we're gonna have to shut down that route to Wagga. Alan, no, you can't do that. That's a marginal seat. Oh, but things are just so tough, Anthony. I don't think we're gonna be able to pay yes on all those planes either, I'm afraid. No, Joycey, please. I'll do anything to help. Oh, no, the government has done enough for me, Anthony. It's real tough being a giant corporation with critical public utility. And to make things worse, this Qatar is coming in to make things tougher. Say no more. Consider it blocked. You do that for little old me. Of course, I'm the most powerful man in the world, Alan. I'll have him blocked by this afternoon. Kingy? So, Nathan, about your membership. All I need to get you signed up is... Get your hands off me! All I need are these lucky charms. No way. Oh, but look at all me lucky charms. That's right, Nathan. Qantas takes us all by the balls. They shower us with gifts in this beautiful lounge, and in return, all we have to do is anything they want. But big business only acts in the interest of shareholders and profits. Isn't government supposed to act in the best interest of the country? Shut up, Nathan. You sound like a disgusting commoner. You're in the chairman's lounge. Show some disrespect to the common man. You know what? You may have given Qantas your balls, but you should never have given them your integrity. This isn't what 33% of the country voted for. So what do you say, Dad? Let's just take our balls and get out of here.
Stop, Qantas, I'm flying Virgin.
Authorised by D. Huxham for Pauline Hanson's One Nation Brisbane.
Okay, that would be very funny, but it's true. Oh dear. That's what Australia's doing. Same as every country at the moment, honestly. Okay, and Wokeness said Jesus Alaya is a Latino teen who drove into and killed retired cop Andreas Probst. He was booked into the system as white. Look, he's white apparently. Who knew? They've been doing that a lot lately. I don't know. I've reported a couple of these already. Sister Barbara Reen said, we warned you to say no to the jabs as it would usher in tyranny. There was a 99.97% chance you would survive COVID without a jab, and you lined up anyway. Now the jab injuries are suddenly a thing now. We warned you to say no to the masks. However, you wouldn't listen to people like me who's worked with masks and their effectiveness for 40 years of my working life. Masks don't work on viruses. They barely work on dust. You need an inline air connection for them to work. We said no to the lockdowns as most Australians of my generation are connected to people who came to this country to escape tyranny, or we are directly related to such migrants and our freedoms were eroded because most of you complied to the lockdowns. We are saying no to the voice as it is the final solution to entrap Aboriginal Australians into the WF global agenda. Aboriginal Australians are all Australians' last tether to freedom. Just wake the up, people. Vote No Australia. Those not voting, you might as well write yes in fluoro ink on the ballot because they can't, yeah. I'll do it anyway. Who wants to bet me that they don't fly in more ballots voting for the yes side in the middle of the night? Okay, Carol and Coram said just 5 days before the first lightning strikes, Owen Morgan proved that arsenic was present, bound to silica and other particles in the air. He tested the dust that fell in a short storm over the Wolverhampton area using X-ray fluorescence, a highly accurate particle analysis process. This dust showed that 44.9 parts per million of arsenic had been bound to the dust. Therefore, it is clear that these two lightning strikes were preceded by an attack using arsenic by at least 5 days and probably stretched over a long period. We suspect it was distributed in the form of arsine gas. This was highly coordinated. We have witnessed similar attacks, but up to now we did not have proof of the presence of arsenic in the air. This time we did. A big thank you to Owen Morgan again for providing this crucial piece of evidence. We also know that radioactive particles are being distributed and may well have been present in between these storms. These are the core mechanisms behind COVID-19. An overview: the sample of sand that fell on the UK contains 15 parts per million of uranium, 22 parts per million of thorium, 11.46 parts per million of selenium, 44.91 parts per million of arsenic, 6.26 parts per million of lead, 22.64 parts per million of niobium, 23.33 parts per million of, how do you say that one, yttrium, 26.59 parts per million of bismuth, 454 parts per million of chromium, 273 parts per million of vanadium, 257 parts per million of gallium, and 89 parts per million of rubidium. There's no measure available to match this against, so we don't know what the normal levels of these materials are. This information is being presented for information purposes only. Take that with a grain of salt. But anyway. How to create chaos. When our bodies are full of toxins, the immune system struggles to remove them quickly enough. Then when we are exposed to radiation, all the toxins oscillate and shake, breaking cells and DNA. The remnants and toxins flood to the nearest exit point, the liver, gut and kidneys. We might experience nausea, bloated mess, stomach pain, some severe kidney pain, diarrhea, vomiting and frequent urination, along with headaches, migraines, tenderness, dehydration, insomnia. Psychologically, we may feel anxiety, agitation, fear, paranoia and anger, and any of these in the extreme. On the 10th of September, the UK experienced an extreme blanket of lightning with approximately 126,000 bolts, which each one producing a gamma ray cascade sweeping across the UK from the Atlantic. On the 17th and 18th of September, the South UK London experienced another extreme blanket of lightning, which swept across the area from the Atlantic with 127,000 bolts. After the first round, and just as the second round got going, some seriously divisive news broke. It was sandwiched between two heavy doses of damaging radiation. The online harms bill was published the day after the second storm. Someone made sure this story came out exactly in time for the bill, and in between these two storm attacks, they were attacks, they were generated way out into the Atlantic. The intensity was way out of the ordinary. In other words, they're playing with the weather. Which we know. Oh, do I have to go back another one? Yes, I do. So there you go. Meanwhile in Melbourne, Daniel Andrews spotted puffing a cigarette outside a function, and Labor wants to cut smoking across Australia. Are we sure it's a cigarette? Do we know that's not something else for a fact? That was a pretty deep drag for a cigarette. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, don't you worry about that. Said, is it just me or does anyone else think this looks ridiculous? Shame, Australia, shame. Before every game, before every event, before anything, you've got to have this smoking ceremony. Funnily enough, we had it. When did we have it? We were protesting the lockdowns, and they were doing one. The opinionated black woman said the price of fuel in Russia, less than $1 for premium. You bastards. Not Russia. That's what happens when you don't have a central bank. Jeez. I'd love to see petrol at that price. How about anyone else? Is that per litre? That would be, oh my goodness, that would be like, what, 90s levels? I'd love to see that. Il Donaldo Trumpo said, guys, this really needs to stop. Look what's up, little Zelensky. Look, he's very little at the moment. Someone shrunk him, put him in a meme. Oh dear. I think it's hilarious, actually. That's, yeah, how big he actually looks. Prue McSween said in Australia, Paul Kelly described the arrogant, cynical sham COVID inquiry as an insult by Albo MP, Australia Labor. How right he is. It suggests a government with a stitch-up mentality. He asked what's gone wrong with this government and how it could have misjudged so badly again. One-term government, that's what it's looking like. Because what they've done is they were going to do a COVID inquiry, right? They backed out now. No. Be a soft one now. Dr. Simon Godek said, how about you? Things I'm concerned about. The red is totalitarianism and the blue is climate change. Yeah, this is me as well. That's what I'm worried about. Totalitarianism. Oh God, okay. Dr. Anastasia Maria Lupus said, caption this trans woman. Oh my, looking worse, what's going on? What is this? And look at the whole jaw's gone sideways, I don't know. Not looking good there, Dylan. Prue McSwain said another example of socialist government climbing into our lives. Food authorities introducing mandatory safety standards, and this is now a threat to the sausage sanger, which is a sausage sandwich. In the future, anyone wishing to don an apron to raise money for charity will have to undergo training in food safety. The sinister tentacles of government continue to gain a stranglehold. Unless we repel this, it will be too late. How do we repel this? How about we all get out with our barbecues on the main road? Start sausage sizzling. Sizzle some sausages. Let's have a sausage sizzle in the middle of the highway. But yeah, that's what they're trying. It's going like full authoritarianism everywhere now. Phoenix Reloaded said WF-controlled UK government moved to seize people's homes to achieve net zero targets. The UK government have been very busy in the implementation of new laws recently. Smoke and mirrors to distract us all from this. Politicians voted in favour of a new online safety bill recently this week, which will mean that UK citizens can now be jailed for 5 years for challenging the official government narrative online. Kiss goodbye to your home. At the same time this week, politicians also voted in favour the WEF new energy bill to achieve net zero. The new energy bill, which was devised by the WEF, means that homeowners must now comply with strict new rules which will soon be imposed. Just don't do it. The changes required are extremely expensive modifications which will cost the average household tens of thousands of pounds to implement. If you do not comply with these demands, the government now have the power to fine homeowners up to £15,000, and if you cannot or will not pay this fine, you'll be jailed for 12 months. I'd sit in jail for that. Homeowners cannot sell property until the required modifications have been actioned, nor can they rent out the property until the modifications have been actioned. So you can't rent it or sell it until you've made the modifications, which cost a lot of money. These are very costly modifications which many people will simply not be able to afford. With these new rules, which will coincide with price hikes across the board in all other areas, many Brits will soon be bankrupt. You will own nothing and be happy, jail the WEF. When you are broke and desperate, the government will come to our rescue with the solution. You sign over your home and the right to own property to the government, and they will provide you with UBI, Universal Basic Income, and digital currency. And don't think this isn't coming to Australia. Then all you need to worry about is complying with the new rules. Mandatory vax, no meat, no dairy, the end of the nuclear family, pedos become a legally protected sexuality, state-raised children, no holidays abroad, 15-minute cities, no personal transport, no single-family homes, permitted to buy clothing once a year, population control, sterilisation, and don't think they won't come after your pets. I guarantee you they'll say you're either only allowed one or you're none. All of this will be done for a very noble cause, we are told. The trouble is that this is all just a big dirty lie. There is no climate emergency and there was no pandemic. This entire farce has been planned and coordinated by the WEF to enslave everyone. So allegedly, apparently this is going on. Just don't listen. If they throw you in jail for that, look, seriously, they'll be throwing a lot of people in jail. I don't think they got the room. And they're losing anyway. This is their biggest, last-ditch effort to do all this. Elon Musk said, wow. Scenes from Ottawa right now where thousands of parents and kids are protesting explicit sexual content in schools and radical gender ideology. These protests are absolutely massive and across the entire country. 1 million March for Children. Go Canada.
Silence! No more silence! No more silence! No more silence! No more silence! Leave the kids alone! No more silence! 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 Leave the kids alone! Leave the kids alone!
I went quiet.
Silence! No more silence!
Okay, it just started again. See the RCMP they're doing their, I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing something. Chester Tam said breaking mandatory COVID jab for healthcare workers. Okay, here we go. The Advisory Committee on Immunisation Practices and the Centres for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, jointly issued a recommendation on September the 12th, 2023, advising that individuals aged 6 months and older should receive a revised COVID vaccine. In a recent leadership announcement at Boston's Children's Hospital, for the listed employees in screenshot below will be required to receive 1 dose of the 2023-24, the new one, by November the 17th, 2023. I think all these people should walk out, regardless of role, unless they are fully remote or have an approved medical or religious exemption. No declination forms allowed for either flu or COVID shots, so you're not allowed to decline. Look, either that or everybody go to their doctor and get exemption. Or you're religious. Everyone just say, I'm religious, I've got a religious exemption. Because they said you can if you've got a medical or religious exemption. Here you go. Start reading the Bible, guys. Oh dear. Primod said Anthony Albanese needs to go. Racial division is at an all-time high. Inflation is at its, I was going to say infiltration, is also at its highest level in 23 years. We're in the midst of a housing crisis, and now he's protecting Daniel Andrews and Anastasia Palaszczuk by refusing to launch a royal commission into the tyrannical measures implemented during COVID. He is and will continue to destroy the country. And look at the Gronk. This guy's a Gronk. Oh, we got an utter Gronk running Australia. Jeez. Lips of TikTok said teacher in Ottawa advertises for homeschooling. You ready for this one? Stand up and stand out, said Zed Downey. He's got all his like rainbow, you know. He's brave, you know. Oh dear God. James Woods said Brinton faced up to 15 years total for the 2 alleged thefts. Remember this guy who was stealing women's clothing and suitcases from the airport? However, in both cases, the presiding judges ruled jail time wasn't necessary. Oh dear God. We got problems. That's an understatement. Leading reports said breaking Texas Governor Greg Abbott has officially declared an invasion at the border because of Biden's policies and will deploy the Texas National Guard, DPS and local law enforcement. He will also build a border wall, razor wire and marine barriers. Let's go, Brandon. Josephine Cashman said the no vote is winning. Those focused on hatred, anger and division only help the now desperate Uluru corrupt corporate voice con camp. Oh, by the way, They're throwing billions, banks and everything are throwing billions into the Yes campaign. Rep Marjorie Taylor Greene said Joe Biden's demanding $24 billion more for Ukraine, but just came out and said he will veto the defence bill because it gives a pay rise to junior troops, E1 to E6, from $22,000 per year to $31,000 per year. Joe Biden even hates his own troops. Ian Miles Chong said he silenced The View. Oh, I really want to hear this. Damon Amani said The View hosts say Elon Musk is platforming hate. I asked for an example. I bet you they can't give one.
There's a lot of things I think are very legitimate criticisms of Elon Musk. Platforming neo-Nazis, stoking anti-Semitism, stoking conspiracy theories.
Okay, name one. Name one. You just said all those things. Name one example. You can't name one?
There's a lot of things I think are very...
Oh, that was a good one to see. No, it's a parody. Unfortunately. But it would be good to see. I'd love to see those women just, like, speechless. Mario Norfol said, breaking, UK government aims to cancel Russell Brand. The British government sent a letter to TikTok and Rumble asking if Brand is able to make profit from his content on the platform. This implies they are directly targeting Brand and attempting to fully deplatform him. The trial has not even started, but the government is participating in the court of public opinion to cancel someone who hasn't even been to court. Since when did the media become the judge, jury and executioner? This is getting out of control. They've done the same thing with Lucy Letby. I've got more on that too. This is what they wrote. Okay. So they are, the UK government. So I'm wondering also, this seems out of line. Accusations do not mean someone is guilty. That is for the courts to decide. Okay, you can accuse people of all sorts of things, but they are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. So then they're using the excuse that someone has now said that Russell Brand assaulted them years ago. I don't know, some shit. They've done it again with Rudy Giuliani. They're doing it with everyone, and the people who believe in all that are people who still follow mainstream news, unfortunately. Mike Williams said, but all we want to do is get married. Love is love. It's not the thin edge of the wedge. It's not a slippery slope. Chris Mate said, well, that was inevitable. Now the alphabet people want a voice. LGBTQIA+++, God knows what, and P's on the end. Group calls for their own voice-like council to advise government on issues facing gay and trans people. Wow. Have Snowball Choo Choo said, Commonwealth Games cancelled, CityLink cancelled, regional development cancelled, hospital beds cancelled, airport rail cancelled, and on and on. Yeah, right, housing has a plan. Guess what's going to happen? Cancelled. There's no faith or hope in this clown. Dan the council man. The boy who cried wolf. Because he promises everything. He's promising all these new houses now. So is Anthony Albanese. Between them, quite a few 100,000 houses are going to be built, but I doubt it. They'll just cancel. They're out of money. I heard something, when was it? That they're out of money. Everyone's out of money. Like the US, Australia, I don't know if the UK is, I don't know. Liz Crogan said Linwood infiltrated the MAGA movement and flipping on President Trump is the outcome most of us expected, as it became clear long ago he was a plant. Now watch as other plants in the movement, particularly those who attack other patriots like General Flynn, flip on Trump. 2. That has always been the end goal. Many will, and there will be people who flip that you would never would have guessed. Brace yourselves, it's going to be a rocky ride to victory. And Joseph J. Flynn said, guess who's a rat bastard? Linwood turns witness for Georgia prosecutors in Trump RICO case, Rolling Stone. But has he really? Because the media can report this and it might not even be true. Do you trust the Rolling Stone? Clown World said Russell Brand has become too influential. He started stating too many truths that were uncomfortable for the elites in the UK and the USA. The video below is a perfect example. They can't have these things being said by someone with a large audience. They tried to get Joe Rogan removed and it didn't work. Now they're trying for Russell Brand. Are you going to let it work? Wall Street Silver said, how can you have energy companies that profit when there's an energy shortage? I'll let him say it. Here we go.
Have energy companies that profit when there's an energy crisis, military industrial complex that profits when it's a war, pharmaceutical companies that profit when there's a pandemic. You're creating the necessity for ongoing crisis.
Yes.
If the elites in the society benefit from situations that are detrimental to everybody else, that's what reality's going to become. That's what
Exactly.
reality has become.
That's such an important point because that's almost undeniable. And to say that they wouldn't do that because they value human life and morals and ethics over profit, that's never been exhibited. That's not true.
Have energy companies that...
So yeah, it makes me wonder too, if the UK government are demonetising and getting Russell Brand demonetised and then possibly and eventually taken off, is it possible the Australian government did the same thing to me a few years ago? Got me deplatformed? Or, I don't know, because I talk about the US a lot too, so it could have been US or Australia. Who knows? Could have been Adam Schiff for all I know. Shifty little Schiff. Leading reports said breaking. Electronic voting machine expert claims the number of unsupportable 2020 ballots found for Fulton County GA alone is 45 times larger than Biden's margin of victory for the entire state. So there you go. Matt Wallace says breaking news. The teen car passenger who filmed himself encouraging his friend to mow down the retired police officer riding his bike through Las Vegas was arrested Tuesday. The unidentified minor and the teen driver, well, they've been identified now, who's already in custody, are both facing murder charges in the disturbing hit-and-run death of 64-year-old Andreas Probst last month, Las Vegas officials said at a press conference. It's a complete lack of conscience on a part of it, and the worst part about it is the video you hear everything was intentional. Police say the passenger filmed the gut-wrenching video showing that Probst was deliberately struck and left for dead while he was on his morning bike ride around 6 a.m. August the 14th, the driver can be heard asking his giggling friend Reddy as he speeds up directly behind the retired cop. Yep, hit his ass, the passenger tells the driver before the car ploughs into the retiree. Anyway, it took a while. How long? It took 5 weeks to track down the passenger, who was wearing a mask in surveillance footage. He was caught in part due to the damning video, to which police were alerted by a school resource officer who'd been given the footage by a student. The former cop had moved to Sin City after he retired as chief of police in Bell, California in 2009, and his life was robbed by 2 individuals who did not believe that the lives of others mattered. His daughter Taylor said, calling her father a man of honour and integrity. He was a Little League dad, an honorary member of Girl Scouts, and he was always there for the various activities we'd get into as a family. His colleagues remember him as real-life Pee Wee Herman. He was a jokester, a prankster, and always had a way to make you laugh. What a sickening story. It's hard to even read about this. So there you go. Okay, Alexandria Marshall said, how can the Australian taxpayer spend $40 billion a year on over 1,000 Aboriginal activist organisations and we still don't have a single remote hospital built? Where is this money going? Vote no to the Voice and yes to a full audit of this grievance industry. I would like an audit of where the money's going. General Mike Flynn said, aka the Liars Club. Kanoka the Great said, breaking, the Biden administration has appointed James Clapper, John Brennan and Paul Kolb, former intelligence officials, to a DHS Homeland Intelligence Experts Group handling national security issues. Oh dear God. These individuals signed the fraudulent October 2020 letter deceptively asserting that Hunter Biden's laptop was likely Russian disinformation, which we found out it wasn't. This falsehood significantly impacted the closely contested 2020 election, decided by a mere 44,000 vote margin in Georgia, Arizona and Wisconsin. Why select intelligence officials who intentionally spread disinformation to sway a US election for a role in DHS expert group tasked with national security? Shouldn't they be losing their security clearances? They can't get anything right. Wow. More bureaucrats, that's all you need. Oh dear God. It's going to cost the taxpayers even more money now. Everything the government does and every little thing they put together costs the taxpayer even more money. So they're expanding government, and we all want government to shrink back down. Joey Manorino said this dude literally looks homeless, and he's a US senator. He dresses like this on the Senate floor. Again, Fetterman, it's a disgrace. Mate, put a suit on for God's sake. Look, he's even in like a severely oversized shirt. I don't know. Maybe he won't fit in anything smaller. I don't know. Chicago Ray said, raise your hand if you think James Clapper should be charged with treason for his role in the attempted coup against Trump. I do. Simon Goddick said, if you think COVID is scary, you should see what governments can do to unarmed citizens. Australia. UK. We're all going to cop it soon. It's going to get hard before it gets easier, unless Trump manages to get in there somehow. And I think we'll still have a hard time, because you know Antifa will go nuts with, the Dems telling them to. Bridget Gabriel said they've resorted to praising Joe Biden for stretching. My stomach just growled. Harry Sisson said, could Donald Trump stretch like this? No, absolutely not. Trump can't do half the things Biden does. No, Trump can't do half the things Biden does. Trump's not that stupid. Oh, like tripping upstairs and, what else? Not being able to speak. I'm glad Trump can't do those things. Larry Cook said the destruction of humanity through highly toxic jabs is the bread and butter of the paediatric profession. Stay away from these butchers. Dr. Ben Tapper said, whenever I meet a paediatrician, I ask them a simple question. What percentage of your revenue comes from vaccine administration? The number always astounds me. The answers I get are that anywhere from 60 to 80% of their revenue comes from giving jabs. Imagine that. Take them to a normal doctor. Honestly, I don't know. Pauline Hanson said many people have asked how can Albanese's risky and divisive Canberra voice be about race-based treaty if we already have treaties being pushed by the states. So I'll let Reading Yes campaigner Thomas Mayo explain why the voice is designed to support treaties both state and federal. At the moment we have treaty making going on, that is with the states, but we need this national representative body being able to negotiate with the federal government what their obligation is to the treaty outcomes. As a union official, I wouldn't go into a workplace and say to the workers all you need is an agreement with the boss. The first thing we do is set up a representative structure. Yeah, well, honestly, unions have gone down. They're not what they used to be. This will be a long, tough process. The importance of the voice is to support this with the Commonwealth obligations met. It should have power, though. I think that's the main thing. It must have power. As you can see, Albanese's voice is built to be a powerful race-based representative body designed to negotiate and finalise state and federal treaties. This is because treaty, as it says in the LBRY statement, is the culmination of their agenda. Little communist here. I don't particularly want to listen to him. DOQ said shut the government down and never bring the shit show back. Yeah, because the US government are thinking of shutting down for a while. I don't know what's going on, but yep, that's the latest. Kate M says, seriously, these Labor leaders are living in la-la land. 800,000 new homes in 10 years. Andrew's government's bold plan. This is on top of Albo's 1 million and Min's commitment to build more. Meanwhile, builders are going broke. They can't find enough workers. They can't secure supplies. Supply costs are going through the roof. And environmental laws are adding thousands to the cost of building. But hey, the numbers look impressive. Wait until the voice gets in and stops them from building any houses because it's all something or other. Tribal land. Oh, you can't touch it. Oh, can't dig. No, can't do anything. Just wait. Tim Poole said failed policies create crime. Crime causes private businesses to flee. Government steps in. New York Post said Chicago mayor proposes city-owned grocery stores as Walmart, Whole Foods exits leave food deserts. So they're going to have a socialist supermarket now. What could possibly go wrong? Dear me. Leading reports said breaking. The House Financial Services Committee has banned the Federal Reserve Committee. Well, I read that already. Oh, Stu Peters said it's ridiculous they can't find a better mask for the actor pretending to be the president of the free world. Oh, there's a little bit lip sticking out here. See it? Here. 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 They've zoomed in every step of the way. Look at this. Doesn't even fit. There's a spare flap there. What's that for? Joe Biden's got flaps on his ears. Sorry, I'm in a weird mood today. Oh, dear me. Cat Tur's laughing his head off and said, oh, her? Her? I think it's her. I don't know. Deep breath. Daily Caller said, A.G. Garland, we apply the same laws to everyone. There is not one set of laws for the powerful, another for the powerless, one for Democrats and another for Republicans. Really?
That means we apply the same laws to everyone. There is not one set of laws for the powerful and another for the powerless, one for the rich and another for the poor, one for Democrats and another for Republicans, or different rules depending upon one's race or ethnicity or religion.
Ah, but there is. Okay, here we go. Polarbard said, should we make Professor Spitty internet famous? I vote yes. Aussie legend, Vote No Australia, said, yes, campaigner spits in the face of a no voter, make her famous. Her name is Professor Denise Ferris from the Australian National University. Watch this. This is disgusting.
Get out of the way.
Don't you dare
Get out of the way. You just grabbed my phone and assaulted me. Get out. Right, that's now. What's your name? What's this crazy bitch's name? She just spat on me. What is this crazy bitch's name?
Don't stalk me. Go away.
You just spat on me. You've been now done for assault. What is your name? What's your name?
Calling the police.
Good. Call the police now. You just spat on me.
I did not.
You did just spit on me. Get out of the way.
Don't you dare.
Want to say it again?
You just grabbed my phone and assaulted me.
She spat on him for sure. And she goes, I did not. She's got it on video, love. Seriously. This is a university professor? How disgusting. What's the name again? I'm going to make her real famous. Professor Denise Ferris from the Australian National University is spitting on people because they want to vote no. So these are the signs I see everywhere, okay? This is one of the ones that blew away the other day. Karma. Stu Peters said one of the actors pretending to be Joe Biden was caught walking to his car in a back parking lot without Secret Service. Could we get sound?
Joe Biden! Robin Act! Joe Biden! Hey, Joe! Are you the body double? It's the body double! Hey, Joe!
Oh, the cops don't even want you.
This is the one that you see on CNN. But where's the real Joe?
It's getting pretty interesting. Okay, Q in the shadow said the National Guard has received a signal from 47. Don't know if that's true. Take it with a grain of salt. But the National Guard's being deployed in somewhere. Sorry, guys. Tim Young said, now that Ray Epps has been charged, that's right, Ray Epps was charged this week with some stupid little charge compared to the rest of the J6s. And he was calling for people to go into the Capitol. Okay, the logical questions are, why wasn't he thrown in DC jail to rot for months like the other people? Why was he given national interviews to discuss his innocence? Why, after admitting to his crimes on the record to a congressional committee, was he not immediately arrested? They say he might not be on a federal employee, but he's on the payroll. I guarantee it. I think he's a CIA operative or informant. One thing for sure, he got his work on 156. Yeah, they said he doesn't work for the FBI, sorry. Nor is he an informant, okay? Or something. Yeah, but they specifically said FBI. Is he a part of any intelligence? Is he linked to any intelligence at all? Because, you know, the CIA and the FBI, they're pretty much nearly, like, just doing each other's bidding. Helping each other out. Steve D says, smells like it because that's exactly what it is. Operation Fig Leaf. Charge Ray Epps and Hunter Biden with basically jaywalking so you can charge your enemies with whatever you want. Is in motion. Cryptid Politics said Ray Epps charged with misdemeanor over his actions on J6. He smells like feds. This smells like feds covering something up to make the Epps wasn't charged talking points go away. Yeah, but he just got a little slap on the hand. Naughty boy. Naughty boy. Anyone else be thrown in jail? Well, everyone else was thrown in jail, including a grandmother, who I don't even believe was there. Some people were jailed and they weren't even there. Work that out. Baked Alaska said, now, wait a minute. Why does Ray Epps have a plea agreement hearing the next day after he was charged? Why wasn't Epps raided and detained by 20 US Marshals like myself and thousands of other patriots? Why is he getting special treatment? I didn't have a plea hearing until 2 years after being charged. This is a smoking gun right here. Ray Epps, a Jan 6 participant whose removal from the FBI's Capital Violence webpage sparked conspiracy theories that he was a federal informant. Yeah, because he was on the FBI's Most Wanted, right? Or Capital Violence webpage. That he was a federal informant, was charged in connection with the Capitol attack on Tuesday. Epps is charged with one misdemeanor count, disorderly or disruptive conduct on restricted grounds. He was charged by information suggesting that he plans to enter a plea deal not long after he was charged. A virtual plea agreement hearing was set for Wednesday, September 20th, before Chief Judge James Boasberg. Yeah, that's just to shut people up. That's to try and go, look, we did arrest him. Look, yeah, on really weak charges. Darren J. Beattie said, attention DOJ, FBI, this is not going to go away just because you decided to burn Epps with a bogus slap on the wrist charge. At least do us the courtesy of a high-effort cover-up like you did with OKC. Stephen Horn said, exclusive. Okay, you left a couple of letters out there, mate. Exclusive, never before released J6 captured Ray Epps and others amidst the violent conflict at the police line in the West Plaza. This is near the media tower, apparently before Epps helped push the large metal sign into this police line. Okay, hang on. I'm in the way. I just realised, right? He's over here. He's over here, okay? So I'm going to turn it down this time and just show you. He's over... Pop in. You can't miss him. The red hat on. And his backpack. And his camo. You can't miss him.
Hey, go back. Nobody, they don't want to hurt us. Stay back.
There he is. Clown. He glows harder than... Oh, seriously. He's a glowy. I don't know if you know what a glowy is, but... Fed. Oh, dear. Okay. 13 butt cheek. I think it's... Look at... Put the 1 and 3 together and then it's butt cheek. Hey, excuse me, ma'am, who is this man? We have Ray Epps, but only a step further, don't we, huh? This man breaks a window not knowing he's being filmed. Look at what he does when he sees he's caught. Some of those political prisoners weren't even inside. Watch this guy. January 6 video, suspicious person breaks window, then blames then blames another protester. Fed. Now watch this. This is ridiculous. Watch this guy. Hang on. Oh, shoot. Oh, no. Okay. I don't know why, but they've made it really, really difficult on Twitter. You now have to... Hang on, I'll show you when I get there. That's not it. Oh my goodness, guys, I'm sorry. Hope you're not getting motion sickness. Oh my God, how far down was I? Oh no. This is ridiculous, come on. I'll explain to you what is happening in a minute. When I get to where I was, come on, man. Jeez, that's a lot of news. My God, how far down am I? I've been going for an hour and 20 minutes. Yep, fair enough. I'm a fair way down there. Sorry, guys, look away if you... Oh, here we are. Okay. You've got to have this, right? This banner. If you want to click anything on here, it's got to be in the middle of the screen. You cannot, if it's up here, I cannot click on it. And if it's down here, I cannot click on it. Because then I'll open a... Okay, so let's go. Let's watch this go.
Do not go in there.
A radio journalist from Michigan was shooting video that day at the Capitol. What he captured were two, most charitably called suspicious actors, but they are dressed in such a way that led him to believe that they were government agents. And one of them, after the windows had been broken by a protester, it was encouraging people to pull the rest of the glass out and go inside. Bobby Powell, who was the journalist that had shot it, and he has his camera rolling, he told him that would be illegal. And that wouldn't be a good idea. He warned people off not to go into that window. And then he turned his camera around and he caught this agent or suspicious actor pulling a large pane of glass out, this tempered glass. It kind of folds into itself, crunch onto the ground. When he realized he was being filmed, he quickly dropped it. It seems apparent on the video that he did not want to be seen doing what he just did. So he pulled in a protester and started blaming him. He said, "What are you doing breaking that window?" The poor fellow that was being accused didn't know what was going on. And then he gave him a couple of really good shoves and cocked his arm like he was going to punch him. We don't know. His facial image is not on any of the Sedition Hunters sites or the FBI's most wanted site, but he clearly was committing criminal damage to property, and he has not been charged. So it, again, it raises a question of why.
Also, the individual trying to, again, opening the window up is even encouraging people to enter, I believe, as well?
Yes.
What's he saying?
Well, he said, "Why don't y'all open the rest of it up?"
Why don't you guys open up the rest of it? Because I think that'd probably be illegal. Oh, I know my glasses.
Wow. Glowing hard. Oh dear. So where's this guy in all of this, eh? Darren J. Beattie said charging Ray Epps now for disorderly conduct not going to make the Fed's credibility problem go away. It's too late for them, it's just making them look desperate. Which it is. Okay, so Ray Epps has been... We've got it, I think. I don't know how many times I put different ones in there. I think it was mostly for what they were saying. Majority of Americans believe Ray Epps should be in prison and Enrique Otario shouldn't be. RT if you're in that majority. Not suspicious at all. Nearly 3 years after J6, Ray Epps finally charged with disorderly conduct. That's right, the man who yelled for people to storm the Capitol, who was videotaped multiple times actually trying to incite a riot, somehow avoids seditious conspiracy with no terrorism enhancement, while people who never entered the Capitol are rotting away in a DC jail. Everything's on the level, folks. Don't you worry about that. Insane. From Sicilian Gorillion, Feds doing Fed stuff while pretending to be a concerned citizen. Speaking of Feds, where's Ray Epps? Undercover cop caught cutting fences on J6. Where are these people? being arrested. Richard Gill said, Witch Hunter applies for new gig. Oh, okay. This is all about Lucy Letby. I think I might have to do a separate video for this. Seriously, because I've been watching true crime, right, on YouTube, true crime creators, only a couple of them, and that everyone has decided that this woman is guilty on circumstantial evidence by the look of it, when there's more going on with this, and the hospital, and it looks more, this is just what it looks like to me. It looks like she's been scapegoated and thrown under the bus. The hospital's done something, made a mistake, and they've thrown one nurse under the bus so the whole hospital doesn't go down. They'll sacrifice one so they can not lose the hospital and their funding and everything. So there you go. That's the news for so far. If I've left anything out, someone please tell me in the comments. Alex, it feels like ages for once. Time is flying by though. Alex said, maybe in and out of the chat tonight as I'm looking after my sister's little dog first night and he's not keen on cats, keeps barking when he sees them. We're getting there though. Oh, good luck, Alex. My hope is that they'll be cuddling by the time my sister's back. Dana said, good morning, Hev. How you going? Howdy from the west, said David. West Coast Truthseekers. Okay, let's go down. Oh, shoot, it jumped. Okay. Let's go back as far as I can. Okay. There's one that I can't see. 23rd tomorrow. I don't know. I've been on social media break until today for most part. FF maybe. Kai said I'll watch on PlayStation. Alex said take care and love to you and Tony, Kai. Oh, my stomach's going to start making a lot of noise. Darren said, Alex, there's no doubt the Italian invasion is the same plan. Oh, yeah, they're being invaded in Italy as well. So, London, Germany, Sweden, Italy. Yeah, a lot of places are being invaded right now. Alex said, not tomorrow, but I was a video yesterday where someone asked Alexa, I think it said 23rd November, apparently war is being declared between Russia and Germany. You watched. Okay. Hey, girl, Menacing Muskrat. Hope my mummy's okay. Oh, yeah. My mum stayed here for, well, she was here for 10 days, I think. But I had to, well, there was a change of plans at the last minute and she came up here instead of me going down to look after her. So she was up here and she's not doing real well, but, you know, what can you do? I'm trying to find out if there's anything else I can do for her. We're given a lot of vitamins, so hopefully it helps somehow, but I don't know if I can at this point. Faith said, I know there's been quite a few military in your area, military planes. MJ said, Faith, I was wondering the same thing. Alex said, I've been feeling quite anxious lately after a long time of knots, so I don't think it's far off now, Darren. Yeah. And how you going, Darren, if you're in there? I can't see at the moment. I can only go back so far. Deb said, I still can't see you, Menacing Muskrat. Oh, no. Menacing said, wow, it's been a while, Alex, Deb, everyone. Alex said, what does it say when you click the 3 dots next to Muskrat's name? Maybe you accidentally blocked her ages ago or something, Deb? Look, honestly, you can hit things on your phone. If you've got your phone open while you're walking around doing stuff, you can sometimes accidentally hit buttons, so be very careful with your phones. MJ said, gross. Darren said, but Russia fighting the deep state is a conspiracy theory. Deb said, Faith, I heard that also. A lot of movies have that date in them. Oh, the date. Yeah, the 23rd, 23/9 or 22/9. I was watching a video the other day with that too. Alex said 4 F-35 fighter jets flew over where I live a few weeks ago, which is rare. It was so loud. Faith said, Alex, I'm in a very rural area, out of the way of the norm here. Oh, way out of the norm here. Menacing said, can 26 jars of jars of kosher pickles, back to tomatoes, then on to carrots. Oh, yum. MJ said, yum, pickles. I had pickled green beans before. So good. Dealey said, great job, Muskrat. Stu said, marinated mushrooms are yummy. Alex said, yeah, I don't live near any military bases, so it was quite scary hearing them fly over. Dealey said, this is my best year for growing carrots. I've started my garden because it's spring now, although we had... Today is cold. Yesterday was colder. But we had like 26 degrees the other day, and it was lovely. Absolutely lovely. So I've got all my little plants starting to sprout, and I've got to organise a new garden because the last one sort of got destroyed by the turkey. Yeah, so we'll see. Alex said, these Aussie political cartoons are great. Well, it would have been really funny, except it's all true, sort of. Yeah, so it's like, oh, shit. Alex said, well done, Dealey. Homegrown is always so tasty. MJ said, I just saw the recipe for carrot hush puppies. Looked amazing. I don't know, we got shoes here in Australia called hush puppies. So when you said for carrot hush puppies... Oh, I'm going to have to look up what that is, MJ. Nursing Muskrat said, Canada gives Zelensky $33 million. Canadian taxpayers are so flipping generous and our veterans receive pretty much nothing. Same as ours. Our politicians have given Zelensky quite a few millions of dollars. And I believe the UK have too. Stu said, I'm not that far from Army Communications Signal Barrack. Major target Alex, oh well, we won't feel much. Deb said, that Irish voice really gets me. Yeah, the Pauline Hanson one. See, Alan Joyce, the owner of Qantas, is Irish. Oh, CEO, sorry. He's not the owner, he's the CEO of Qantas. And he's Irish. So, yeah, every time he came on, I was trying not to laugh, but... Oh, dear. Okay, Menacing Muskrat said, she shared a link there, money to Ukraine from Canadian taxpayers. MJ said, oh my gosh. Alex said, hopefully not, Stu, you must hear gunfire all the time. I used to live, if you go like half an hour towards the country, there's a place called Lithgow. And I used to live there, and I was right around the corner from the shooting range. So every morning at 9 o'clock, you would hear... And it wasn't bad. I actually liked it. You would hear the guns, people practicing. So, and there's all different, like you could hear all different types of guns. I wouldn't know what they are just from listening to them, but you could tell they were all different types. Some were firing faster than others, you know, and they sounded different. So that's interesting. Stu said, this is all these pricks do. Give us money only to recoup it in other ways. Deb said, I can't block people. I'm on my phone. I see others talking to Menacing. And Deb said, Snow White is the same colour. Alex said, very strange. Hopefully it ends up sorting itself out, Deb. Yeah. Stu said, not that close, Alex. Thank goodness they don't shoot there, but Puckapunyal is real live range 80 kilometres away. Faye said, I find it interesting that Cranberries TV posted their song Free to Decide the other day. Coincidence? Doesn't feel like it to me. Really? What's Cranberries TV? Is that the Cranberries? Or is that something else? MJ said, Menacing, it's something I never heard of, but on YouTube she made garlic green beans too. Oh, yum. Menacing Muskrat said, Ukraine is money laundering, organ harvesting, child trafficking, and sorrow zone. Yes, I agree. Dealey said, Deb, when you touch someone's comment, you can block or report them. Menacing Muskrat said, MJ, what is the name of the channel? Stu said, they must be mining these toxins in great rates. MJ said, Deep South Homestead. Sherry said, they sprayed what they said was pesticide in New York. Big trucks with speakers told the people to go inside. No media warning beforehand. My question is, what were they really spraying? Yeah. Remember, Was it DT they were spraying citizens with in the UK? And they were all standing there getting sprayed? Oh. When they thought it was okay. Alex said, oh, that's good. I would hate to hear constant gunfire, although one would probably get used to it. You do, believe me. Every day. 5 days a week, maybe 6 days a week. But I'd go outside to have a cigarette and I'd hear the rifle range. And it wasn't bad, you know. Dealey said, Deb, I don't know how to unblock though. Alex said, oh, okay, that's good. Would hate to hear constant gunfire. Oh, I said that one. Okay, Sherry said, also someone said they saw FEMA trucks just outside the city hiding in the woods building a road with bricks. What are they doing? That's interesting, Sherry. Deb said, oh yes, it does pop up. Oh, yep. Dealey said, looks like he's holding that smoke in. Yeah, that's what I thought. Looks like something other than a cigarette. Sherry said, yesterday when I heard it. MJ said, I'm jelly jam of the Russians, less than $1. Checkered Pass said 1950s prices. Alex said that's actual size Zelensky. Yeah, the little miniature one. Oh, that's what I see him as, like this little puppet. Stu said, I remember when it was 15 cents a litre. Oh, Mole, that's right. I remember when it was 30-something cents a litre. I was a teenager. Faye said $3.95 gallon in my area currently. Oh, petrol here up here where I am, it's $2.20 for the cheap petrol per litre. How many litres are in a gallon again? $2.20. So even if there was only 2 litres in a gallon, that's $5. If there's 3 litres in a gallon, that's $7.50 per gallon. And if there's 4 litres in a gallon, well, that is $10 per gallon. Stu said, at the old Aussie Golden Fleece. Oh, yeah. Deb said 9:16 a.m. Adelaide, sunny, not moist. Yep, sunny and not moist here. MJ said $3.60 here, but depends where you go. Sherry said they were spraying for West Nile virus, but why so close to the fall and not beginning of summer? After all, didn't Gates let all those mosquitoes loose? Yes, he did, in Florida. Checkered Pass said, Dilly's got a knife. Yeah, exactly. That was a weird photo of him, wasn't it? Alex said, I heard Billy Goat Gates has bought up Bud Farmland. Welcome to Bud Beer. Yeah, I wouldn't drink it. God knows what he's going to put in that. But he did. Bill Gates bought Bud Light, apparently. Yeah, I wouldn't go near that with a 10-foot pole. MJ said, dang, Deb, Shannon is missing your report. I wonder if baby chick's hatched yet. Baby, oh, I wonder. Alex said, it's easier for camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of God. MJ said, you're welcome, Menacing. Menacing Muskrat said, thumbs it up, folks, thank you. Yep, thumbs up, down, any way you want to go, I don't mind. Sherry said, Gates and Elon have some venture going on. Don't know what though. Is Elon good or bad? We'll find out. I agree with him when he says certain things, and then there's other things I don't agree with him on. Maybe like Neuralink. I don't want a chip in my brain. But I was thinking about that the other day too. What if that is the medbeds? What if that is what... Because that's what they're using it for first, right? And I know it's always a slippery slope. But technology can be used for good or bad. What if it is? What if that is what puts the link, like the everything together in, you know, in your body? I don't know. I still don't want to chip my brain, but anyway, like... Ah, dear. Okay, where was I up to? MJ said, Bud beer with wings and antenna in your foam. Look. D. Lee said, Alex, yes, isn't that crazy? That's what I thought of Bud Beer when I heard they just took a nosedive. Alex said, they're coming, their days are numbered and they know it. Stu said, Elon's only a PayPal business creator that surely was not his idea anyway. Now he has a rocket scientist. This is a bad joke. Alex said, it's all gross and I try to avoid all big bug corp and only purchase what I need. I want to try grow my own, but I'm going to start doing it in buckets again, I think. That's not a bad idea. Hey George, how you going? Alex said, I nearly grew potatoes once. I did. I ended up eating my potatoes. I didn't get that many out of it though. Makes me wonder what they're doing to the potatoes. These are the ones from the supermarket, mind you. Okay. MJ said, Sherry, I cannot pinpoint that one. That is going to reveal itself in time. Menacing said, 1 Peter 5:8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, is a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. His time is short. I agree with that. D-Lee said, go for it, Alex. The sooner you start, the better. Dehydrate what you can in powder form. In powder form or power form? MJ said, beer potatoes. Men would love that. Menacing Muskrat said, good to see you all. It's been a while, eh? Yeah. Good to see you guys, honestly. I was just, over the last 10 days, 2 weeks, whatever it's been, I was bookmarking things and I've still got a whole lot more and oh my goodness. MJ said, where'd his net go? And Deb said, what a face. Stu said, cheaper electricity. Alex said, my gran and granddad had a veg and fruit garden when they were here and every meal was delicious. Dealy, quite easy to grow potatoes too, just have to make sure the cats don't get them. Well, that was my problem, the turkey. Kept digging everything up, including the potatoes. He's gone now. I haven't seen him for a while. He does come back every once in a while, but he pretty much knows he's not going to get fed here anymore. And so he has left. And instead I've got a stray cat that I feed. Oh dear God. Menacing Muskrat said, Alex, my potatoes, carrots, beets and cabbage will be harvested in a month's time depending on the weather. George said Joe Biden should be in prison. They all should be. Stu said, yes, Alex, I put the potato peels in the dirt and they quickly pop up as potato plants. Too easy. Don't they have to have an eye on them? Like one of those little bits growing out of the potato? They don't have to start with an eye? I don't know, I'll find out. I've got heaps in my compost pile. D-Lee said, don't let the cats get the potatoes. The old ways were better all round. Alex said, I've woken up the night before wanting to reach for my Bible to read, Faith. MJ said, doy, doy. Lol, I love it. Deb said, best show, beep. Shannon said, hey, Shannon, how you going? G'day from the Riverland, South Australia. Alex said, how awesome, Menacing Muskrat. You should start making videos of you growing and harvesting. Oh, definitely. I'd encourage anyone who does it to make videos. Stu said, hey, Shannon, how are you? And how is Socks? MJ said, Shannon, the baby chicks hatched yet? Alex said, oh, really? How cool. Didn't know peel could sprout. If it has an eye on it, it can. Menacing Muskrat said, lol, Stu, Warren, mate, great minds think alike. Stu said, yep, just put them under an inch or two, Alex. MJ said, Stu, I never knew peels did that. Stu said, yes, I was impressed, MJ. It's really too easy. Wow. Alex said, I had a potato start sprouting in my cupboard once. They're the best ones to plant when they start sprouting. Same as garlic, I've noticed. Because I buy like a, thing of garlic and sometimes like a week or two later it's starting to grow and I'm like, oh, well, I shouldn't eat that one. I should plant it. So I've got garlic growing in my garden now. And what else have I got? Either an onion or shallots. Not 100% sure. Because I've thrown everything in, My cabbages went to flower. So they're going to seed soon. My rosemary's doing really well, my rosemary bush. What else have I got in there? Is that all? Yeah, my strawberries got dug up by the turkey, and a lot of other things got dug up by the turkey, including my broccoli. Okay. George said these politicians are crooks. MJ said, I tried sweet potatoes 3 years, gave up. The animals constantly ate the vine. Frustrating, but RE potatoes are pretty easy. Regular. Dealey said, Alex, you have to make sure to plant a piece of the potato that eye is growing. That's what I thought. Yeah, you need the eye. So if you peel like your potato and it's got a little bit of an eye, you could plant that. Shannon says, sorry, got distracted. Gutter guys here. I had that yesterday. They come and cleaned out the gutters and the chimney, so the fire goes well now. Alex said, 100% agree. George O'Brien, all corrupt. Menacing Muskrat said, Stu, MJ cut tomatoes in thin slices and planted them in pots and they grew. Wow. Stu said, me too many times, Alex, but I thought that was because of my bachelor life. Dealey said, MJ, sweet potatoes are planted differently than regular potatoes. MJ said, how was your tomato crop this year? Menacing, some people had great luck, others not so much. Stu said, I've never had luck with Tommy tomatoes, I've tried. I had a good, I only had one plant, but I got a fair few tomatoes off it. I didn't even have to care them, I ate them all. Because some of them were, by the time the cold weather came in, the plant was dying and there was still little tomatoes hanging onto the plant and all the leaves were dying and dead. And so I ended up picking all these little tomatoes and all different sizes. But yeah, I ate them all. Shannon said, MJ, several chicks have been found murdered pecked up, few accidentally opened in eggs. Do I have separated remainder? Hopefully all goes better now. Oh no, we have a cat. She's come to say hello. She wants to be part of the awakening. Oh, Shannon, I hope oh, the poor little chickies. Darren said, just missed the last 25 minutes with no internet. It's been down more than up since Tuesday or Wednesday. Wow. Alex said, that's how I started growing my potatoes in buckets ages ago. I put a few sprouting spuds in soil and they grew really well, but then died. So not sure what went wrong, but I want to try again. Just keep trying. Seriously, that's the best. It's practice. Please do not point your bum at the camera. MJ said, oh, Shannon, that's awful. Sorry. Shannon said, Musky Socks is freaking out. The gutter people are clomping around the roof with the loud sucker thing. The guy that did mine had a blower. He just blew it all. Everywhere. But he cleaned it up. He even actually blew the driveway for me. God love him. Alex said, especially the way things are going, they're coating fruit in shellac cockroach wax. Not to mention all the other fake meat bug burgers. No thanks. Menacing Muskrat said, lol, poor socks, Shannon. Oh, I lost my glasses. These are different glasses. I don't know what happened. I took Mum back to my daughter's house and somewhere along the way, I don't know what happened. My glasses have fallen out of my pocket and I've lost my prescription glasses. So I'm using these just magnified ones. I think if I ever get another pair of glasses again, I'm going to get very close to these. They suit me better. Lisa, not sure what happened, Alex. Potatoes do well in deep buckets. Oh, old car tyres. Stack them on top of each other. Fill it with dirt and watch potatoes grow. Menacing Muskrat said, Dealey, like 5-gallon buckets. Darren said, Hev, that's just how Fetterman dresses in the show. It is. We're watching a show, but we're getting into the details of the show while we're at it. Because if I just came on and said, look, you're watching a show, no one would pay any attention. That'd be it. That's all I'd have to say, and then I'd be gone. So I might as well have a look at what the show is playing at certain times and see if we can sort it out. Dealey said, yes, Alex, poisoning our food. I enjoy the local roadside fruit and veggie truck. Oh, I love them. Stu said, off topic, Sam Newman is very sexist type man. Just watch Street Talk on his footy show. What is he doing on Avi Yamini and Real Ruckshan show? I don't know. I heard Sam Newman spoke out or something. I don't know what about. I'll have to look into it, Stu. Alex said, sorry to hear that, Shannon. Poor chooks. Darren said, Trump would never do half the things Biden does. Exactly. That's why I laughed when they said he couldn't do half the things Biden does. I'm glad. He can't, like Biden does. That's Biden's specialty, just all over the place. Daly said, Muskrat, bigger is better, but definitely no smaller than a 5-gallon bucket. Menacing Muskrat said, yeah, we need Trump back, and listening to Zelensky and Trudeau in our House of Commons. My goodness, 2 little fags. MJ said, I use the rope-coloured buckets you store children's toys or pool toys in. Work good for potatoes. Yeah, I just got one of those. You know those container buckets? They're big square things with, they have lids on them. They're plastic. And I turned it over and just drilled holes in the bottom of it. So for, you know, the drainage. Oh, now I've got cat hair. No. All over me. Okay, Stu said, aren't little chickens adorable? Not so mice. I had one break my toe last week like Sylvester's nephew and the kangaroo giant mouse. Shannon said it's tough life in the pecking order of chooks. Yeah. Yeah, I had to let mine, they've sorted themselves out. Now the ones that were being picked on are fine. They just run away and come back again. Menacing Muskrat said, Dealey, thank you. I may plant them and see what happens over the winter. Alex said, what Billy Goat's new range appeal? Avoid it like the plague, very unappealing. Yes, exactly. Yes, the coating on the apples and things, and made of cockroaches and that, isn't it? Stu said, I tried to stomp the mouse and got a tin of blackened back beans instead. Oh. Dealey said, MJ, potato sacks are great. Yes. I've got one of them, actually, that you grow potatoes in a Hessian bag. Darren said, Gutter's done $300. Oh, really? Dealey said, do it, Muskrat, you'll be glad you did. MJ said, Stu, dad joke okay? Stu, do you need a tow truck? Out to lunch said, food Nazis, no food for you. Yep, no food for you. Alex said, I saw a video yesterday of Barack Obama saying Joe Biden likes to go deep on pasta with red sauce. I nearly threw up. Oh, really? Stu said, I did yesterday. No crap. What does it say? I can't read the last bit. MJ said, sorry I broke your toe. I broke my big toe now. I can feel weather changes, especially with cold weather. The checkered past was out to lunch. Said, oh, Walmart turned into camps for illegals. Oh, really? George said, an earpiece? Yeah, but... You mean the flap on Joe Biden's ear? That wasn't an earpiece, though. That was like, I don't know what that was. It was a flap on his ear. Yeah, no, definitely not an earpiece. I'll just show you again. The biggest one they've got, it's a flap on the mask by the look of it. So there you go. Alex said, I pray every day more people are aware of what and who these monsters are. I think it's happening. People are waking up. James said, take the opposite of what Garland says and you get the truth. Sorry, I got cat hair on my face. Oh no, on my mouth. I swear that's why I got a tickle in my throat last time. I probably inhaled a cat hair. Okay, hang on a sec. Is there a way I can dust my face? Dust the cat hair off? Come on. Okay. That feels better. Dealey said, Alex, I would lose my stomach too. Alex said, people who spit are oh, it's horrible. It's a horrible thing. MJ said, oh my, gross person. Stu said, how dare you accuse me, lol. Deb said spitting is dangerous nowadays. It's actually assault. Spitting is actually assault. If you spit on someone, and plus you can have many diseases in your saliva, so you can, God knows what. That's disgusting. And the university professor should be fired. Should be disgraced. Should be shamed on national TV, yet no, they won't. Stu said maybe their other scams are failing. Deb said, no, you don't. That's not what Deb said. That's what I said to my cat because she was going to dip into my cup of tea. Oh, now she's just pushing my arm. Deb said spitting is dangerous now. Oh, yeah, I read that. Deb said walking too fast, old Joe. Yeah, that's not Joe Biden. Alex said I couldn't and could believe what I was saying. He was joking with Camel Tocamilla and talking about pasta pizza. Sickos, a lot of them. MJ said he should do a dance. Freak people out. Nursing Muskrat said Biden's been gitmoed. Checkered pasta last year wasn't the Joe B theme. Darren said I had pizza today. You know what? Homemade pizza's the best. Best. If you make everything from scratch, including the base. Yum. Dealey said, Alex, I sent a 6-year-old video of Obama's birth certificate to you. You should see all the thousands of recent comments, more people waking up as the truth flows. I did. I was reading the comments, Dealey. And that was an actual investigation into Obama's birth certificate back in, 6-year-old? 2017? Yeah, and they were talking about it back then. Magic Muskrat said, checkered past, hello, good to see ya. MJ said, plainer with toppings, hamburger, pizza, mushroom and olives. You guys are making me hungry. I think I might have to make a pizza for dinner. I've got to go up the shop then and buy some stuff for a pizza. Alex said, yeah, not their kind of pizza though, Darren. At least I hope not. No. Alex said, oh, cool. Is that what email was? Hopefully Hev can show it, Dealey. I can't. It's a YouTube video that goes for quite a while and I can't really... hang on.
Breaker, and this will be our...
Oh, that's not it. Oh, my stomach is going berserk. If I go into my history, it should show in there. What have I been watching? Entitled couple find out they don't own the street. Crime scene cam. People getting arrested. Woman tells cop to hurry up before he discovers her warrant. Hang on, what's going on here? Oh, it's on my other account. That's why. It's not on here. I can't show you because it's not on here. It's on my other account. Oh, yeah, Timmy, I got it. I just seen someone say, hey, Timmy. I'm on live chat. Why can't I see? Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay. Stu said, having women in Parliament interferes with the circle jerk. D. Lee said, spitting on a person is assault. Yes. Alex said, spitting is gross, can't stand it, D. Lee. Darren says she's spreading the vax through spit. My cat's going to try and drink my cup of tea if I put that down, seriously. She dips a paw in and drinks my tea. Timmy said, Steve Deese has an excellent podcast from Blaze Media. His name is pronounced Dace. Oh, cool. How you going, Timmy? And I got your message, so it does work. Alex said, hey, Timmy. MJ said, well, if you try, women, especially creeps, your balls would be on the wall like that cartoon. Dooley said, yes, Alex Hev has the video. We seen it a while back. Now it's making the rounds again with 6 million views. Yeah, it's been out there for years. It's good to see you, Timmy. I haven't seen you for a while. We're all wondering where you were. Timmy has been busy doing good stuff. Alex said, I would have given her a swift slap around the chops if she did that to me, Darren. Oh, the spitting. Hey Kevin, how you going? MJ said Hev cracks me up. Oh my. I hope so. I'm here to try and just cheer everyone up with really bad news, but still have a sense of humour about it. So hopefully it works the way I want it to. Alex said, wow, daily more people realise. Everyone's saying hello to Timmy. Darren said that window looked like plastic. Stu said, I seen a monkey at the zoo fling its poo at me, mate. Nearly fell over laughing. That reminds me of that lady. Do you know what? I remember back in the 90s I went to the zoo and we were all standing in front of the monkey cage, right? And one monkey did it. Boop. And he grabbed it and he looked at it. And then everyone was watching him and he went, and everyone just, you heard the whole crowd just go, oh. Like imagine a lot of people doing it all at the same time, right? And then he looked at the crowd, the monkey did, because he heard everyone go, oh, right? It was the worst thing I've ever seen. I don't know if he actually threw it at anyone, but he, yep. And everyone just going, oh, made the monkey look at everyone like, what's going on here? D-Lee said, real eyes, real eyes. Yep. D-Lee said, Stu, I seen that happen once. Stu said, sorry, she ain't no late. Not for spitting, like, that's disgusting. And people are still saying, hello, Timmy. Where am I? Where was I? Oh, my God. Wow, I was way back. Okay. MJ said, remember when maximize was maximize, they minimize everything, shrinking the video. Piss was me off. MJ said, he is FBI, he's wearing khakis. Stu said, my mate said to me, what this monkey up to? Went over and up close to check it out, saying to me, it's up to something. Look, mate, then fling. MJ said, glass between you and monkey, or did he get you? Stu said, didn't get me and got him through the wire. Stu said, the funniest bit was watching him try and jump out of the way. Alex said, one of the cats just came into view and Kobe the dog just bolted. I'm determined to have them all living in harmony. MJ said, it takes that one cat for the dog to get comfortable. The cat has to choose him if he doesn't run. Checkered Past said that military jet crash. I didn't see it. Shanna says, socks is all good again. She went down to oversee the chook feeding. All is well, no new chicks. Alex said, Yoda tried to get on the bet with us earlier, but Kobe was having none of it. The calm down phase is almost instant now, so I know they'll end up getting on. MJ said, Hev, I wore hush puppies when I was a little girl. Hush puppies are a fried cornbread puff ball of delish. Ooh, sounds interesting. Darren said, I think it's the weather change, Alex. Our pumpkin has been bored and moody and attacking his brother. Wow. Shanna said, stealing of a military jet, test the full of Chinese chips, and backdoors, the F-35 is the most hackable jet ever. Ah, cat hair. Stu said they make the Steyr at Lithgow, that's our standard military rifle. Oh, do they? Yeah, well, it's a testing facility, I think, for the firearms. Yeah, it's quite interesting, actually. Alex said he's wagging his tail, so he's just excited. I believe any animal can get along. It's humans that often don't trust animals, which can lead to catastrophe. So sad. Darren said any animal can get along unless it's pumpkin and a mouse or a bird. George said I saved a few birds from my cat. Same here. Alex said I used to have Dumbo rats, and when I got my rescue dog Billy, a Westie, which is a rat catcher, he used to bite. Was a bit moody, but before long he used to let the rats crawl on him playing. Alex had never bit the rats, but was a bit snappy when I got him. Darren said he bought a large frog in the other day but couldn't handle it. He won't try that again. Frogs are so slippery and fast and they squeal. Oh! Alex said, I helped a pigeon today out the road. MJ said, Darren, Benny Hill music for that adventure. Checkered Past said 3.78 litres to a gallon. Okay. So 3 litres is $7.50 per gallon here in Australia that we're paying. Well, it's just under that. I mean, it's, what is it? 220 times 3, 660. Plus another $1, 7 something, maybe $8 a gallon. That's for the cheap E10 ethanol fuel. If you want better fuel, you're paying more for it. George said, okay, Alex. Stu said, right, never bring a knife to a gunfight unless you're a Gurkha. Darren said, that's fitting, MJ. It was so funny. Shannon said, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Exactly. Alex said, I've witnessed a person purposefully run over a pigeon when I was trying to rescue it. Evil. Oh, no. Darren said, should never harm another animal without good reason. MJ said, $7 for a bag of potatoes, red ones are more. Stu said, Darren, especially mice, mate. Alex said, they're doing all sorts with fruit and veg. Lots of fruit is no longer vegetarian as it's covered in cockroach wax. Ooh. George said, many years ago, a friend of mine caught a pigeon and broke its neck. I asked why he did that. Darren said, what was his reason, George? MJ said, people that hurt animals avoid black void. Stu said, Zorro the turkey. George said he called them flying rats. Alex said, maybe Benny turned it into the cat. Deb said, I'm looking into how to unblock. Alex said he was so busy knocking on your window he thought I'm going to turn into a cat to gain access. Menacing Muskrat said, good night all, God bless you too, Menacing Muskrat. Darren said, I was almost Benny when I tried to catch it in my hands too. Alex said, take care, see you soon, Menacing Muskrat. George said, good night, Menacing. Everyone's saying good night. Darren said, I ended up holding Pumpkin back and offering the frog a dustpan. It jumped on and sat still until I got it safely outside. Oh, well done. Stu said, no, just throw them in eyes and all. Checkered Past said, you know you can eat strawberry leaves like salad. Yep, you can. Really? MJ said they are sweet or sharp, the strawberry leaves. I never knew that. Are they sweet or sharp? MJ said, kitty quality control. Yeah. Shannon said, cats kiss from both ends. Yeah, I don't want one of those. Stu said, that's okay, Hev, as long as she doesn't wink at us. I know. Alex said, I thought tyres were toxic. Could be. I don't know. Darren said, you know the wrong cats, Shannon? Darren said, they are when you burn them, Alex. Yeah, I know when you burn rubber it is. Alex said, I heard ages ago they threw thousands of tyres in the ocean thinking it would help with sea life, lol. Instead it turned the environment toxic, so many deep sea creatures coming to the surface. Have we been watching the same videos, Alex? I feel like I seen the same thing the other day. Tim said, does anyone have experience with Starlink? I'm on my property glamping in Wyoming and I've not had a single glitch. I must say I'm very impressed but also concerned. I'm playing with the devil. Timmy, I've got Starlink and the only reason I'm not hooked up to it is because I've got too many trees hanging over my house. So it's obstacles everywhere. So it's good. Look, honestly, I believe that Starlink's probably going to be the only thing going if they try and pull the internet down. If I had electricity in my car, like if I could find a way to power the modem in my car, I would drive with my Starlink on the roof of my car. Oh my God. Yeah, and Shannon does, Timmy. Shannon's got experiences with Starlink as well. He has one as well. Luna said, I grow my potatoes in the cardboard boxes I use for moving house and harvest when the boxes are pretty much composted away. That's a good idea too. Luna, very good idea. In the cardboard boxes, because the cardboard boxes break down. That's a great idea. Alex said, when the deep sea starts coming to the surface, we should all pay attention. Darren said, nowadays anyone that wants to help is going to make things worse. Dealey said, Timmy, I love glamping. Oh, you should see it. Beautiful. Timmy showed me photos. It's beautiful. So I'm not jealous. But yeah, you know, oh, that's just perfect. Seriously, perfect. Stu said, my favourite soil is half mushroom compost, half veggie mix from a good nursery and dynamic lifter for fertiliser and some blood and bone. Yes, exactly. That's what I use too. A mix of soils, compost and soil, and dynamic lifter. The blood and bone, not so much. I don't know why. Maybe I just forgot. Dealey said, Luna, that's great. Shannon said, I have a Starlink, but not the mobile version. I was lagging a bit whilst the gutter guy was up on the roof. Hopefully it's good now. I had the best speeds I've ever seen in my life. Here, even where we've got obstructions everywhere, it still had the better speed. It just wasn't like able to keep up, because as the satellite moves, the Starlink, you know, there's just so many trees over my house, like, it's and I can't do anything. I can't ask them to cut them down or anything. They called it a bush block. That's why it's cheap for me to rent. So yeah, kind of stuck with it. But I'm still looking. I want to move to the country. The guy who actually came to clean my gutters lived at Hartley, which is just country, just down the road. And I said to him, oh, I'd love to have acres. He said, yeah, but mowing them, keeping them, you know. I thought, yeah, get a ride-on mower, I'd do that. I don't care if I spent every day out there mowing the lawn. No, I'd turn half of it into gardens anyway. Darren said, deep sea can't come to the surface. It has to be shallow sea to do that. Luna said, hey, Luna, how you going? G'day all, Hev fam. Shannon said, Obama's will be coming to the fore soon. Biden will be the 25th amendment soon. Alex said, hey, Bella and Mr. Smiggles. Yep, this one in front of you right now. This one. Oh, I didn't mean that. This is Bella. And the one on the bed there is Mr. Smiggles. Oh, he's just good, little snuggly. Be careful. Look, I don't want to spill my cup of tea. I've got to lift and move my cuppa around while she's on here. Oh, cat hair again. Sweetie. Darling, sweetie, darling. Sweetie. Ab Fab, anyone? If you haven't watched Absolutely Fabulous, go look it up. Okay, where I'm up to. Darren said the uni professor is doing much worse than spitting. She's promoting deep racial division. Deb said, I found the block part. I have now unblocked menacing. It was not on purpose, sweetie. Oh, God love you. No, you can hit your phone. Like, honestly, if you're carrying your phone and listening to someone, you've got to be careful, because if you even touch the wrong button, you don't even realise you're doing it. You can block people. Shannon said, if they like to spit, punch them in the face and see if they like spitting blood or teeth. Yep. Dealey said, I like that, Shannon. Shannon said, eyes blocked me for pointing out. Yeah, you two have a little spat going on. Darren said they don't all swallow, Shannon. Okay, you two, I don't know what you guys are talking about there, but I'm going to leave that one alone. Dealey said, oh, you got it, Deb. That's great. Surprise next time. Deb said she drinks like a lady. Yeah, she dips a little pour in and... okay. Where am I? Shannon said, that's rude, Deb. Dealey said, Deb, surprise muskrat next time. MJ said, now she will read. That is the question. Now will she read? That is the question. Darren said, Hev's talking into a tail. Hello. That made her jump off. There you go. All right, wasn't rough with her either. Do you want to go out? Do you want to go out? Is that what she wants? Where is she? She's sitting there. Okay, she's fine for the moment. Luna said, have your voice and laugh make me smile. Cheers me up. Oh, well done. Well done, me. That's what I want to do. Because I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, it's all going wrong. Oh, no. Not happening. Shanna said, what is it? Prehensile ear and nose cleaner. Alex said, that's what's so good about these lives. Lovely people getting together and learning some horrible things together. Supporting each other, we are the 99%. Deb said, the cat drink like a lady. Shanna said, your cat's reverse beeper is on the fritz, Hev. Alex said, once the majority realise it's game over, then they know it. Shanna said, gently lapping at the moistness, Deb. Alex said, thank you everyone for being here. Yeah, thank you everyone for being here and joining in with me. I appreciate it. Deb said, you're not moist in Adelaide today. Dealey said, I love this group of friends here. Always makes me laugh and makes me feel connected. Shadow said, have the OG way back machine for the comments, lol. Deb said, has anyone heard the US has lost a fighter jet? There are lots of, what is it? Mesmes? Stu said, yes, Alex, thank you too for being here and alert. The world needs more alerts. Deb said, thank you to our awesome moderator. Yes. Darren said, Deb, they should check Zelensky on his way out. Alex said, there's a secret covenant which was written by the Rockefellers and a few others that basically said if we find out their plan, it's the end for them and there'll be nowhere left for them to hide. I believe I did a video on that, didn't I? The secret covenant. I'm pretty sure I did. Videos. Yep, secret covenant, yep. Shannon said, that's what Hillary said, if Trump gets back in, we'll all hang. Yep. Alex said, of course, fact checkers say they never wrote that, but we know they are bought and paid for. All. Checkered Past said, higher price fuel isn't really better unless it's non-ethanol. Yeah, that's what I mean. For the non-ethanol, you're paying more. And I got told by a mechanic that you should be using non-ethanol fuel in your car because the ethanol one destroys your engine. That's just what he told me. Alex said, one of the reasons I rescued the cats is because my cousin's old next-door neighbour used to murder all the animals that entered his garden. Why they moved. That's horrible. And you couldn't have the cats. Darren said, nothing higher priced is better. Darren said, that's horrible, Alex. Hope they didn't do the same with people. MJ said, Alex, that's crazy to have to be near that kind of psycho. Deb said, there's an invisible plane somewhere in the US. I said it's most likely Wonder Woman plane. Shannon said, Biden is trying to get us into war whilst emptying the fuel reserves so we can't fight a war and want us to use electric tanks, enemy of the people, all part of the 7-year plan to destroy America. MJ said, Debbie, oh my God. Checkered Past said, inverter put on a car to power AC current. Oh, really? There you go. Darren said, Deb, at least they know the stealth tech works. Alex said, probably I love these for all the videos coming out. Modrica, Alex, you and me have been watching exactly the same stuff. Mod Tricker, he goes over creepy TikToks, and so does a Hevo. Okay, let me see if I can get these up for you. And I'll show you who they are. You've been watching the same stuff I have been, Alex. Seriously. What's his name? Mod Tricker. Okay, let's go to the screen and have a look. Mod Tricker. Creepy TikToks that'll make you think reality. I could binge watch these ones, right? And the other guy is... I'm sub to him. Where is he? A Hevo. Oh, it's on the other... I've got 2 accounts, guys, by the way. I've got Hev Mac and Heavenson. What's his name? A-H-U-E-V-O. This guy. I swear they both smoke, by the way. Not cigarettes, I mean, you know. Yeah, it's They do TikToks, okay? They're creepy TikToks that'll keep you up. Some of them cross over, but they're both... I've been watching both. I don't understand how you and I, Alex, without even talking, have watched the same people. And probably the same videos. Shannon said if Hillary got in, we would already be done. Trump disrupted their plan and exposing it. Alex said, obviously, I'll have to shout out J Dreamers. Timo said, check it. I was just going to say get an inverter. Oh, there you go. Dealey said, Alex, I love Perky. I just recently subbed. MJ said, I would rather more trees than neighbours. I'd rather have the neighbours further spread out, you know. Alex said, they have similar videos, but I still watch them all as I like their own take on things. Now it's jumped again. Okay. Luna said, if I had that much land, I'd have a cow, then I would need to mow and... Then I wouldn't need to mow and free milk. Exactly. Cow, sheep, chickens, and make veggie gardens. And then just jump on a ride-on mower and mow the rest. I don't think you'd need to with all the cows and chickens. Dealey said, I thought I knew all the conspiracies, but I learned something new in every video. There you go. Is that from Perky? Stu said, fencing sucks, even 1 acre is a new world of maintenance. Luna said, I absolutely love, absolutely fabulous. I used to joke with my daughter that she'd grow up to be like the daughter, and I'd grow up to be, what's her name? Not the blonde one, the dumb one. Alex said, something new but old comes out every day, history repeating itself. Dealey said, that's the truth, Stu. Oh, God love you, Timmy. Enjoy the gift. And regarding non-ethanol fuel, none of my gasoline-powered cars, machines have ever had a drop of ethanol. It's a bit more, but I find in the cars the mileage works out about the same as long as you don't drive like you stole it. Oh, thank you, Timmy. God love you. Oh, here we go. Oh, I've got to turn the keyboard off because she'll walk on that and God knows she'll probably end the stream for me. Okay. Where am I up to? Alex said AbFab was brilliant back in the day, Luna. Sweetie, darling. Darling, sweetie, sweetie, sweetie. We're absolutely fabulous. Shannon said, remember when Hillary said cyber attack would be treated like a nuclear attack, and remember all the guillotines she ordered? They're talking about it again. They're talking about cyber attack again and everything going down, so beware and be ready. George said, absolutely fabulous is funny. Le quoi, sweetie, le quoi? Delia said, oh yeah, Luna, I remember that show. Bubbles, I remember Bubbles. Oh God, I didn't think there was anyone stupider than, what's her name? Eddie. What's her name? It's not Edwina, it's... Anyway. Yeah, I thought my daughter would grow up to be like Sass and I'd grow up to be like Eddie, you know, but it didn't work out. Thank God I just grew some brains between then and now. Deb said, we all love Sweetie Darling. Stu said, oh no, that reminded me of the day I seen this bloke from a dairy farm in Tassie show me how to play bagpipes with a cat. Oh no. Shannon said, what about the minister in California that went on publicity drive to promote electric cars and was blooming charging stations with petrol cars so she could go straight in? I don't know what you meant to say there, Shannon. Either I'm not reading it right or I don't know. To promote electric cars and was blooming charging stations with petrol cars so she could go straight in. Alex said, was it on your old channel? Maybe revisit it. I haven't said Secret Covenant as more people are willing to listen now. No, it's on this channel. I'll show you. Let me just show you. Where's my videos? Oh, shoot. Your channel. Okay. Oh, Obama. There it is, Secret Covenant. Over here. See? There you go. Okay, so back to the camera. Where was I up to? Alex said there are some deeply evil people around us and sometimes we don't even know. Checkered Past said higher priced food usually is better. Yeah, that's one thing is better, honestly. Alex said sorry I missed some comments at the time. MJ said not lately, Checkered. Alex said love all those channels. George said I see a lot of weirdos in London. Checkered Past said we're watching the same stuff. Are we all watching the same stuff? Like, yeah, I don't know. I think we are. I mean, I've been watching, like, some of the true crime. I did watch Stephanie Harlow do the Lucy Letby thing. Very judgmental, sorry, but I don't agree. And Annie Elise as well. I don't agree with them. And everyone in the comments who are like, guilty, should get the death penalty, blah, 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 blah. I think more likely the hospital made huge mistakes and they've thrown one of their employees under the bus. That's what I think. Because most of it is circumstantial evidence. And Checkered Past said, yep, we're watching the same stuff. Oh, that just jumped again. Where's Luna's? Luna said, and I honestly can say I loved everyone in it. I haven't watched it in a long time. Definitely going to watch it later today, sweetie. Yeah, I've got it on DVD or what, on the box, I think, maybe. Have I actually? Hang on. Don't mind me. I'm just going to do the normal Hev thing, right? With my earphones out. Oh, no, don't report anyone. See? Don't touch your phone when you don't realise. Or I could end up reporting someone I don't mean to report. Right, what is... Have I got Absolutely Fabulous on here? Do you want to go out, Bella? There you go. That way I can shut the door properly. If the cord will go under the door. There we go. I've currently got it on the Twilight Zone yet again. Have I got it, Fab? Sorry, I've got to go through the alphabet. Oh, 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 oh. I do. Rolling down the road, please not have fun my next of kin. This will shall explode. So that's going on next when I get off here. Okay. Where was I up to? Stu said he bit the tail with the cat under his armpit with legs out as the flute things. As he bit, he squeezed his arm down to change the tone or meow. Idiot, should have punched him out. Alex said, I don't know how to say that bloke's name. I have a Huevo? A Huevo? I'm not sure either. Yeah, I don't know how to say his name either. A Hevo. Checkered Past said groceries. Alex said we're on the same wavelength, Hev. Shannon said it was F-35 jets. It's a stealth jet like F-22. That's why it's invisible to radar. They call the F-35s Fat Army. And Deb said just sub. Checkered Past said, are the military jets being hacked? Oh. MJ said, I put J Dreamers on and clean while I cook good stuff. Alex said, Patsy, Eddie and Safi. Yeah, and what's the blonde's name? What's Patsy, that's it. Patsy. Deb said, Eddie. Alex said, awesome, Timmy. God love you, Timmy. Thank you so much. Luna said, Saffron, the mum's Eddie. Yeah, Edwina. Is it Edwina? Shannon said it was probably a test by the deep state preparing for another false flag attack. Deb said, God love Timmy. Yeah. Alex said, Safi spelt her name wrong. Checkered Past said, keeping up appearances, show Mrs. Bucket no It's bouquet. Yep. My mum loved that show, Checkered Past. I do too, actually. Her name is spelt like bucket, but she pronounces it bouquet. Shannon said saffron. Alex said, remember the episode when Patsy went in the back of the mini smart car? No, I don't, actually. Been like, I think it's been nearly 20 years since I watched it. Alex said, remember the, I read that one. MJ said, I was ready 3 years ago. Shannon said, sweetie, sweetie, sweetie. Absolutely fabulous, darling. Alex said, couldn't get away with ab-fab most of them these days. Yeah, exactly. Dealey said, Alex, that sure would be fun to see again. Shannon said, or Little Britain. That's one I didn't watch. Darren said, Alex, you won't even be allowed to mention it online soon. Oh, God love you, Alex. She's put my video secret covenant in there. Shannon said, blocking, not blooming. F and autocorrect. Okay. And now she wants back in. Alex said, yeah, I know, Darren. Too many bedwetters out there. They should build a bridge and get over it. Checkered Past said, Beverly Hillbillies lately in between conspiracy. Yeah, that's a good one too. Beverly Hillbillies. I'll be watching, next week, I'll be watching the Brady Bunch when my grandson comes up. Luna said, bloody autocorrect. Adina, Monsoon, Patsy Stone, it's on Fox and Binge. There you go. Alex said, can't beat a bit of good music. Stu said, Ellie Mae and Jethro, what a funny show, Checkered, yep. Alex said, I used to love French and Saunders too, but even they turned sour. Oh, did they? MJ said, a funny show sprung was on Free V, Dark Winds Season 1 and 2, fantastic. Darren said, French is woke as hell. Oh, really? Yep. Alex said, yeah, I know, Deb. Shannon said, fat Amy. It looks like fat because it has a big fan in the middle to allow vertical takeoff and landing. Alex said, Mr. Bucket can't beat the classics. Oh. Alex said, remember the cruise ship episode? Why am I've forgotten nearly all the episodes. The only one I remember is her in her isolation tank. Do you remember that episode? Eddie in the isolation tank? She was a bloody hypochondriac, that woman was. Seriously. Eddie was. The other one was a drug-addled tart. Stu said, I played Up There Kazale on the train. Up There Kazale on the train as all the Collingwood supporters sang along on the way to the match. Gold. Checkered Past said, no, I don't remember. Deb said, I have Ab Fab. It's on Netflix. Alex said, silly British comedy, Checkered Past. Stu said, see, this is why I need babysitting with you guys. Oh, dear. Okay, guys, with that, I think I'm going to buzz off. I will be back ASAP. It won't be a week before I'm back this time. I'll be back in a day or two. Checkered Past said, Stu, this group needs babysitting. Okay, guys, I hope you have a lovely morning, afternoon or evening. Alex has put keeping up appearances, sea fever in there. Yeah, Deb said, I think British TV shows are awesome. They are. They are. Okay, guys, with that, I'm going to say, see you next time. I'll see you in a couple of days. Couple of days, mate. Okay, guys, have a good one. Much love. Bye.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright. And for the first time in a long time I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I'll push on my chips and go all in. I'll bet on myself, you keep stalling. I hear destiny and it's calling. I'll keep my head up high through the downs and lows, and we're all going live. Still nobody knows, but I'ma choose what's right and take what comes and goes. And ain't no one in life won't give me back no more. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. Back a year ago.
Bye, guys.